Hey guys, so this morning I plan to go to a fish store to get some new fish for the tank that's behind me or for the tank that's in my bedroom, which is my Fluval Flex 15-gallon tank with a single betta fish in it. Unfortunately, it just started raining and you can see that we are the green dot right there and you can see how heavy it's raining right now. So that means we'll just have to stay home and work on the tank that's behind us. But before we get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to every single one of you for the 1,000 subscribers just a few days ago. And also I'd like to thank Swisky Vision, Jimmy from Swisky Vision, as well as Aquarium Co-op. You guys should already be subscribed to them, but if you aren't, make sure you go subscribe to them. I'll leave the link in the description below. So just a few days ago, my local fish store called me up and told me that my plants had arrived. I ordered this plant right here, which is Bolbitis hudelota. I'm not so sure if I'm saying it right, so I'll just leave it right there for you. And because my plants came early, I wasn't prepared for them at all, so that's why I had to dump them in this tank so that they'd survive. And today's the day that we'll be moving them into the tank next door and scaping this tank. So let's get right into this and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to add a layer of substrate into this tank, and we'll just be using the Amazonia ADA soil that I have left over from when we scaped that tank. So let's do that right now. So I kinda knew from the beginning that there was not gonna be enough substrate for this tank, so once the rain stops I'm gonna have to go to my local fish store to get some more. But for now I'm just going to get the driftwood out of my angelfish tank and start attaching the plants onto it. Just take a look how good this driftwood looks, and I'm going to be placing it in this tank, so together with the Bolbitis, I think it will look really good. Now this tank looks a little bit messy and I'm going to do a water change later, but if you see this Amazon sword, it's just been growing from the surface and look at its roots. I think that looks really cool and I'm going to put that to good use soon in this tank. So let's start attaching the Bolbitis. So instead of using fishing line like how I usually do, today we're going to be using super glue gel because this piece of driftwood looks like it would be pretty hard to weave all the fishing line through, so that is why we're going with the super glue. Okay, so I think I may have gotten myself a few too many Bolbitis because I still have quite a bit of them in my tank, and this is what I came up with so far. I'm liking the look of it quite a bit, so hopefully it looks better when it's in the tank. And I found this pretty big piece right here and it didn't have enough space on the driftwood to put it on, so I found this little piece of rock and attached it on. Hopefully it can go somewhere in the tank. So finally the rain has stopped and it is quite sunny outside, so before I fill the tank up and add the plants in, I'm going to head over to my local fish store to get the soil that I need. Okay, we're here now. The shop is quite crowded, so let's do this fast. So I'm back from the local fish store and I've already added the soil into the tank, so now let's go and start adding some water into it. So now that the tank is finally filled up, we can add the driftwood with the Bolbitis into the tank. And I've currently just kept the Bolbitis in this tank so that it doesn't dry up. So let me go ahead and add this into the tank now. So this is it for now, guys. I'm pretty happy with the look of this, but next time we're going to be adding some foreground plants and maybe carpeting plants. I'm not so sure yet, and we're just using a sponge filter for now because I just realized that I don't have a proper filter like how I do on this tank. I've got my canister hang-on back filter right there, so we're going to have to get a filter for this tank. And also I will be adding CO2. So that is it for this video. If you guys are new here and you like aquariums, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and we will be working on that tank a lot more, so make sure you stay tuned. And you can see in this tank we have a few Bolbitis remaining. I might add them to the tank below. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll definitely be working on a lot more things, so I'll see you in the next video.
There goes a sight from my soul.